Okay, I wanted to check in with my spirit guides this morning. I had a couple of questions I thought I might ask that would be of interest to everyone. So, good morning, spirit guides. The first question I had was, what are these physical bodies made from? E N E R G Y, energy. Okay, and all is source. We've talked about that before. All is source. Is the soul made of a different kind of energy? Okay, no. Okay, that's interesting. So, what is the soul made of? C O N S C I O U S N E S as consciousness. Okay, so the soul is consciousness. The physical body is energy. Okay, that's interesting. And so, why were these bodies created? Because Prime Creator Source created these bodies. Is that accurate? Yes. Okay, so why did Prime Creator Source create these bodies? F O R4 E X P E R I E N C E for experience. Okay, so Prime Creator Source is divine energy. We've talked about that before, but was unable to experience different levels of consciousness. Would that be accurate? Without a vessel or some kind of vessel to experience it with. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, and so when the physical vessel is created, when a baby is formed, I guess you would say, does the soul enter immediately, or is the soul already there, or how does that work exactly? If you don't mind. Yes. Okay. T H E, the S O U, El soul, I, S is A, F R A C T A L, fractal, O F of S O U R C E, source, A N D, and C O M E S, comes, I N T O, into, T H E, the E X P E R I E N C, experience, A T at, D I F F E R E N T, different, T I M E S. Okay, so the soul is a fractal of source and comes into the experience at different times. Okay, and is that dependent partially on the soul growth and maybe lessons to be learned in the experience? Okay, that's fascinating. Okay. And I wondered, we've talked about in a prior session about experience being in what we would consider to be inanimate objects like rocks and, you know, things that we think doesn't have any consciousness or awareness, but they do. It's just at a lower density. Would that be accurate? Yes. Okay. So when we are in these human forms, do we ever go back to lower density forms? So in some sense, is it a bit of a progression up from lower density forms such as rocks, and I can't even think what else, maybe just, I don't want to think of trees as lower density, but just maybe denser energy forms. We move up through the progression, maybe through animals and up to these human being forms. Yes, okay, how interesting. And another question that occurred to me was, I've heard some talk in spiritual communities about non-player characters, and I wondered if these exist. Okay, and the answer is yes, which is fascinating. Okay, can you give us some more insight into what exactly a non-player character is in the experience and maybe why they're here? Yes, okay. A-N-O-N, non, P-L-A-Y-E-R, player, C-H-A-R-A-C-T-E-R, character, I-S is a V-E-S-S-E-L, vessel, H-E-R-E, here, T-O-2, P-R-O-V-I-D-E, provide, A-L-E-A-R-N-I-N-G, learning, O-P-P-O-R-T-U-N-I-T-Y. Okay, I hope I can repeat that back properly. So a non-player character is here to provide a learning opportunity or something to that effect. Okay, how fascinating. So beings that we think have a soul and are human beings are not, that's not necessarily true. Okay, that's fascinating. So we may interact with beings in the experience who are strictly here to teach us something. And could some of those beings even seem like villains? So those beings could seem like they create a lot of reaction in us and maybe force us to look within ourselves and offer an opportunity for growth. Would that be accurate? Yes. Okay. How fascinating. T-H-E-Y, they, A-R-E-R-H-E-R-E, here, T-O-2, G-R-O, grow. They are here to grow. So they are here to grow and have us grow, have us look within ourselves and grow. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. I've heard stories sometimes even about people who are out in the wilderness and someone comes up that isn't even supposed to be there. So would that be situations like maybe, you know, maybe they're here to help us grow and maybe they're here to help us? Like if there's no one there and we need a helping hand, would that be another way that a non-player character could help us? Yes, I've covered many stories like that. Okay, amazing. Okay. So are these vessels really more of a gift from Source? And if we looked at these vessels as in a different mindset than maybe we were conditioned to believe, we could really create heaven on earth and create an experience that would be amazing for us. We just need to understand the true nature of who we are as source energy beings and that we have the power to create that experience for ourselves? Yes. Okay. I did a lot of the talking there. I hope that was accurate. Yes. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to add about souls or the vessels or the experience? Yes. Okay. SOURCE, source. ISINNEACH, each. OFFYOU, source is in each of you. So when we've been told that God is sitting on a cloud and that here to judge us and for things we've done wrong, that's absolutely not accurate. So source is us. We are source, having experiences for source and as source. Okay, that's important to understand. I think that changes everything, definitely. Okay, well, thank you, Spirit Guides. That's amazing. Is there anything else you'd like to add on this topic or anything else before we go? Yes, okay. we, LOVE, love, YOU, we love you. Okay, thank you, Spirit Guides. Sending you much love and gratitude. Thank you. Goodbye for now.